This is Chris Kelly with the first step in developing a toned flat stomach, eliminating what we call stripper belly. And to give you an idea of what that means, I want you to put your back against the wall and try to put your low back or your hand on your low back. When you find that there's this big arch in my back, as you can see with me, this means that the muscles that are connected to my pelvis are tight, and they're kind of pulling my belly forward, all right? So my pelvis is down, my belly is forward, so immediately I get this appearance of a big gut, regardless of whether of my body fat, as well as the fact that when I am doing crunches or planks or whatever it may be, I'm not necessarily working my abs because the muscles at the front of my hip are getting most of that work. So the first step really in getting the most out of anything that we do is releasing the muscles that connect to our pelvis so we can get the most bang for our buck possible. In order to do that, first, the two muscles that we're going to look at today are the lats, okay, which are these big muscles that start in the armpits and they kind of span down the back to connect to the pelvis. If they're tight, again, they'll pull me into this tilt, as well as the abs themselves and psoas, right? And we don't really think about foam rolling our abs or doing release work for my abs, but think about it. Have you ever done 1,000 crunches and just let that go? I mean, those muscles get very tight, and as a result, again, we get pulled into this position. So what we're going to need today is just a foam roller and a children's play ball. All right, what I'm going to do is start with my lats, starting down here at the start of my rib cage. I'm just going to roll up until I find a spot of tension. What I want to do is just press into that area, roll forward and back about 15 times, and then roll side to side about 15 times. Really focusing on moving slowly, pressing into that area, and trying to release tension. I'm thinking about just letting it kind of sink in for a minute, and just telling these muscles to turn off. And that would be 15 in each direction for each side. Then we're going to move to the stomach. Now with this, again, this is an essential thing for anybody that's had children, had C-section, shoulder surgery. All of those muscles, there are a lot of trauma and scar tissue in that area. So we really want to use this to start to address that. And what I'm going to do is just start right about my pelvis and start to move up. When we find a spot of tension, I'm just going to take a deep breath in, expand into the ball, hold, and release. In total, I'll take about 3 to 5 deep breaths in each spot of tension until it starts to release a little bit. And then I'll move to the next area. And what I recommend just in general as prep before workout is again about 15 rolls on each side for the foam roller. And again, just about maybe 5 rolls up and down, side to side with the ball. But when you're doing this on your own, and you're watching TV or, maybe you're just, you're at home working or something, really working on the spots of tension that you find are going to really help you to kind of release those things and get better results with your core training. So again, 15 reps here, about 5 here before you perform your core training, and then work on the problem areas that you find in your off days, all right? And that's our first step. I hope this helps and enjoy it.